Hello BB-8. Can you turn and face the camera? Please? With Star Wars Day just gone, you just had to go and do something stupid, and why not get yourself a nice BB unit, nice little droid, so you can just roam about your house and do about his business. Now, this comes packaged for about $150 to about $170. There's also different versions from it. You can get one with a force band if you don't want to control this via your phone. If you decide that you want to control this with your phone, then you have an iOS app for it, and you also have the Android app for it that you can control them. It takes about an hour for it to fully charge, and it will work for about an hour. It's got all sorts of cool little commands. You can make him do a figure of 8. You can have him sort of just spin around in circles. There's actually a bit of an app for him there that you can actually draw a little line where you want him to go, so if you can map something out for him, he can actually do that for you. The software does come with a bit of voice recognition in there, so you can give him a couple of commands. Once you record a couple of commands for him, he will follow those, and all those commands will have to start with OK BB-8, that's sort of the keyword for it. Once you've got a couple of those in, then you can say, OK BB-8, come here, and he'll basically just come towards you. There's also a patrol mode in there where you can just set him off and just let him roam around the house. I mean, you'd think that you'd learn a little bit where to go and not to bump his head onto things, but it doesn't actually learn anything. He'll just end up bumping into things, then he'll turn around and he'll bump into something else. So that particular side of the app is not really the best. So these are the app here. You can just simply drive him. You can record and view holographic messages with him. You can actually send him on patrols, as I mentioned. You can draw a little thing, a couple of lines around the house, and he will just follow those. You can watch the movie with him if you want to. As long as you have the movie on your phone, he'll just go ahead and project that for you. You also have the force band that you can buy individually if you haven't gotten one yet. And lastly, you have the global settings where you can basically change its speed if you want him to go really fast or you just want him to go nice and slow around your house. Now, it doesn't take very long for you to get used to the controls and the commands that he has. It should take you about 10 to 15 minutes to master it all, and once you figured out that as long as his head is pointing in that particular direction, then all you need to do is go ahead and just push that button and he will just go that way. The app itself does have a few settings for the speed of this, so you can tweak that a little bit yourself, and then you can just mess around with the speed to whatever you think it's best. I have tried it on carpet, I've tried it on sort of different surfaces, on different kind of floors, and it does work. I mean, it does end up sort of spinning around a little bit. It's kind of doing a bit of a burnout before he actually leaves, but still, it just makes it look pretty cool. Especially that you'll hear him making all sorts of cute little noises just before he starts going, and you'll just see him sort of wobble about. And as I mentioned earlier on, you can just let him off on his own on patrol mode, and it's pretty cool for you just to see him wobble about around your house, but he will bump his head into a lot of things and his head will fall off from time to time. But all you have to do is just put it back on, simple, because it's held together by a couple of magnets, so you don't have to worry about making sure that you put it in the right place. So after using it for more than 30 minutes, I noticed that his movements were a little bit slower when he came to moving his head and doing a couple of things. That's just because he'll basically, whatever he rolls over, he'll pick up as dirt. So any kind of dust, hair and things like that, he'll pick it up underneath there. So all you've got to do is just basically pull his head up. It's only a couple of magnets, clean it up with a cloth, and that's it, he's good to go. Another cool feature is this one, his ability to project holographic images for you. So he'll tell you a couple of things about the X-Wings and R2-D2 and C-3PO and Stormtroopers and things like that, but he can also watch the movie with him as long as you have it on your phone. And lastly, this is what's inside the box, the little charging unit, the BB unit itself, and you also get the cable that goes with that, and that is pretty much it. Now, did I really need to get this unit for about $150? I actually checked online. You can get it a bit cheaper these days for about $129. Well, not really, but hell, it's cool as hell. I'm keeping it. So, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.